Welcome to the Destro Show, episode 2. Got my best friends with me.
Hey.
Got Katherine.
I'm Katherine.
I'm Justo.
Alright, today we're going to be going over the beginning of my trip to Europe. I had just recently gone out and done a little European tour to celebrate my birthday. I did it last month after my birthday because my birthday's on the 30th of August. So I was kind of in a whole mode. Like August, I drove from LA back here and then New York, and then September, I just left the country on all types of moves. So I was kind of
like an Instagram thought.
Yo.
No.
Yeah. Hey, I was paying for it.
I was like, that's the difference. The money was coming out of your pocket.
Yeah, that's the difference.
It was definitely a cross-country tour, for sure.
So I was celebrating in both months, in August and September. That's just how we do it. But
It started at the wedding, it looked like.
the wedding, yeah,
That's where it started
my boy Dia had gotten married. I actually had to make sure I was here for that. So I planned my trip right after he got married. I think it was on like the 6th. Man, that wedding was crazy.
Yeah,
you seen it, bro? We had like 5 Lambos at the wedding.
Damn.
My boy brought out his Huracan STO, the Venador SVJ there. Bro, it was crazy. The hotel that the wedding had gotten hosted at, they said they had never seen anything like it.
You said,
Yeah.
Where was it, in Virginia?
Yeah, it's Virginia. Alexandria. Yeah, bro. My friends and family, they do not play around about their weddings. So yeah, we did the wedding, and then I headed out like a couple days after that, on like the 13th. I think it was like a Monday. I flew to Germany. I caught a straight flight out to Germany, a nonstop. It was only like 7 hours and 55 minutes. I think it was about 8 hours. So
That's not bad.
yeah, it was
Cool, yeah.
it was like the best option, a straight shot.
Yeah.
Can't really beat that. So I flew to Munich, Germany, where they got the BMW headquarters.
Yeah, so he was loving it.
He was in heaven.
I was and I wasn't. Like, I got out to Munich and I went to the BMW headquarters. It was like, it's called BMW Welt. It's a dope building. They have this crazy architecture outside. Inside is like the BMW museum, and unfortunately the day I got there it was closed. I guess on Mondays they don't open a lot of stuff in Germany. Who knew? Yeah. Yeah, right. So I get there and it's closed, but I was able to go around like the auditorium of the building, and they had like a couple cars up. They had like a Rolls Royce exhibit. They had like an exhibit for the new M cars, M5, M4. And I'm not a big fan of the new M4. Like, when something ain't broke, don't fix it.
That new M4 look crazy.
It looked crazy. It looked like a cross between a Jaguar and an Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
grill was what I don't know. I like the grill, but
You like it?
It is like a Jaguar grill, you're right.
Bro, it's different. I can't get with it. I'm on my 4th F82 M4. And I'll probably still buy those. Like, I don't think I'll go to the next generation because I don't know. It's a classic. Like, I feel like they mess with a classic. You know? I hear it's faster though, so I kind of want to try one, but I don't think I could buy one. But the new M5 is nice. It's crazy.
I haven't even seen that.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen it.
That's the fastest. Crazy.
That's the fastest one, right?
That and the M8
Yeah,
are like the fastest out of them. So
I'm a Maserati type of girl.
Maserati
Even though their parts are very cheap,
I
but
love
Very
W's.
you know, Maserati is owned by Chrysler.
yeah.
It's like the
But I just like
it's
the
like the
Volkswagen.
Toyota of the exotic world. It's like the exotic
Yeah.
family.
You know what? I'm basic.
They sound great. They sound crazy. Maserati, they're known for their exhaust, so like you can't really go wrong with it, to be honest. But I couldn't do it. I had one break down on me.
Really?
In LA one time, yeah. When I was renting, it like literally
Broke down?
to like everything. These Jeeps, they call it the death rattle. It's like when the car just like starts shaking and shaking,
Oh, yeah.
and went around the corner. No, I went in, I made a left at a light and like I gunned it and something just fucked up in the car and it just like started shaking like wild, like vibrating. Crazy experience. So I kind of have a beef with Maserati.
They are cheap.
You said you guys started too?
Started like that about a BMW though.
Nah.
Crazy, right?
I don't even.
Well,
believe
you know, all the
it.
time I've been left stranded
But
has always been in a BMW.
Yo, these people not doing their maintenance.
I mean,
swear.
well, see, my best friend
I see
had
that.
one. Her dad did the maintenance on it, cause.
Yeah,
But
I can see that.
we were trying to find where the battery was, and like this random guy came over to help us out, and like
There are so many red flags in this story.
Well, well, we all like red flags, anyways. But so he was trying to open up the seats, like the back seats.
That's what a battery. What?
But yeah, I'm like, okay, I don't know if it was like.
I don't know what.
Apparently, they are in the seats, like inside the seats.
Was it a bed?
See, this is why I don't do work on my own car because I don't even know what.
I mean, I just sit there and look pretty, but.
How'd that work out for you in that whole circumstance?
I was sitting there looking pretty, but then when shit actually, like, the car broke down, all the guys were just honking and whistling. And I'm like, you're not trying to help out these two bitches out here, like, stranded in the middle of the fucking light? Like, no. Only this one guy, and of course it was a guy who was, like, a dumbass, didn't even know how to fucking fix. Oh, that's what it was. He fucked up trying to, like, start her car back up, that he fried her whole radio system.
Ugh.
The whole entire thing. Couldn't listen to anything.
I made it home though.
Duh. I'm still here.
Okay. I mean,
Just barely.
I mean, we weren't even far either, but still, like, I don't know.
Damn.
That day was just a bad day.
you said it was a BMW.
Yeah.
No.
That's why I go to EAG Performance for all my automotive needs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to EAG.
Quick commercial break.
I just lease my car, so I can get new ones every 3 months. Or 3 months every 3 years.
Yo, that's
I wish
that's
I can
the
do it
perfect
3 months.
lease right there.
3 years. Because I get bored of cars easily. Well, except for my last car, because I did buy that shit again. I leased it, told it, bought it again.
What was it?
Well, it's a 2019 Jetta. But I'm only 23, and I don't see any reason for me to own a luxury car right now when I'm trying to make investments. So, I mean, for a girl who's only 5 feet tall and only goes to work and go back home, I mean, I don't really need
That's what they all
fancy.
say, right?
You know, making a little sauce here and there, but you know, still.
Work, home, DC, and back.
Yeah.
DC, Cali, wherever.
That is true. That is true.
Okay, so where was I? I was at the BMW Welt, and I took some photos there, and then, I don't know, these German people were just giving me some, like, wild vibes. Like, they say Germans are racist. I wasn't feeling racism as much, maybe, like, pretentiousism. They were like, oh, this is American. What's he doing here? And there's, like, no...
You know, you're gonna shoot
Damn.
There's, like, yo...
It's because this bottle is heavy.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you see my arms? Like, this shit is heavy.
That is the biggest bottle that Don Julio makes. So,
Yeah.
so gotta do it big.
Now I see why.
You should the cup was just like this.
Oh, no. Oh, shit.
So you say that German people, they say that they're racist?
Yeah, they
In a
say
way.
German people are racist, but I feel like there's probably not a lot of black people in Germany, so
Speaking of.
that's part of where it comes from. Like, they was looking at me like I was a fucking alien. Like, I swear, like, everywhere I'm going, I mean, I do look like an alien, but everywhere I'm going, it's like, what is that guy doing here? He's not from here. Uh-oh. But, you know, I did get some love certain places, some of the restaurants I went to, some random people. It's not like a big streetwear, designer, culture. Oh, but I did meet a homie when I was out eating. I stepped out and seen a green McLaren out front of the restaurant. So I went to go take some photos of it, and I seen the owner. He was chilling there. I was like, yo, can I take some photos?
I saw you posted.
Bro, it was
That
sick.
shit, I was like, how does this nigga find these?
That's the same.
fucking
Dude, that's the
weirdos.
same questions I go through my fucking head about with him.
They
Like,
just find this shit, like, or it finds you. Either one of the two.
no, I think it pretty much at this point it finds him.
I be going to the nice places, you know what I'm saying? It's the seafood.
It's the seafood.
It's my diet. Bro actually deals in like high-end watches like APs, Hublot's, Rolexes, does like legit watch retailing. And then he also runs like a fake watch buster account for Munich or for Germany, Europe, you know, deadass. Yeah, I got it's on his profile. This shit had me rolling because I just recently seen him post somebody like some European pop star or something. They were wearing like a fake AP something, and he called them out. I was like, "Yo, oh no!" How embarrassing is it to be on a fake, to be busted on a fake watch busting website?
Woke up in 2021.
All the guys that were selling the watches.
You seen that in Colombia,
Okay,
yeah? Nah, they was wilding in Colombia
like,
with the
man.
fake watches. They had the fake Richard Mille, bro.
They had everything.
Everything.
Like, on the street. Like
They was
like,
coming up to us on the
like
street,
how-
yeah.
like
Like
how
we leave the
dudes
restaurant
sell
and the
weed on
dude
the
come up
street.
with a
Yeah.
watch case. Like, yo, I got whatever you need, dog. Da 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 da. It's
What?
$150 for the fake AP.
With
I'm
watches
like,
that look like they
they look mad real. That's the
Yeah,
crazy
sure.
thing. Like, you actually got to be a watch
No wonder
person.
people come back from Colombia looking nice,
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
good. Like, thanks.
He's posting them, and I'm looking at him like, hold on, like they got official shit right here, but I know.
You wanna know something crazy? My homeboy, after the fact, told me he's on Instagram. He DM'd me like, "Yo, like, can you grab me that Richard Mille, like, Joe?" I was like,
For your man
"He's
that
for my
got-
man." He's like, for
Yeah, man, that got
our
it for
mutual homeboy. It was the McLaren edition, Joe, and my boy has a McLaren. He has a McLaren, bro, and he was trying to get him the fake Richard Mille McLaren edition for his birthday, like a late birthday present. And I'm like, bro, I can't let my boy go out like that. Like, nah, that's wild. Like,
Hell no.
that was wild for that one. But okay, so back to Germany. I left out BMW Well, and I went to this like sea life exhibit. It was like fish and like sea life on display. It was cool. It was cool. Just check it out. I kind of felt bad because I always feel bad about animals like in captivity. You know,
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
they'd be better off in the ocean.
That's why I literally like whenever I go out. Sorry to cut you off, but whenever I go out to like petting zoos or stuff, I'll actually hop inside the fence and I'll pick the fucking goat up and I'll hold it in my hands.
You run away with it too, or
Oh, but then they catch me.
yo?
So I was like, can you put the animal back down? I'm like, it's kind of cute.
Oh my god,
I just feel bad. Like, I mean, these animals have feelings.
it's crazy. Like.
Maybe you don't understand, but
No, I do. That's an everyday thing for them. I can't. It's like it's jail.
Yeah, like
basically.
SeaWorld, bro.
It's
They got
jail.
the orcas just like
Yeah.
swimming in a circle. It's fucked up. But so I go and I take pictures to, you know, expose the plight of the innocent sea life and sea life Munich. And it was kind of cool. Like I had some stingrays there and a couple sharks, but it's just like, damn, you know.
yeah.
But so I went there, and then I ended up, I think, going out to eat. Later that night, I went out to eat. I did some drone footage too, and in Munich, I got like Olympian Park. It's this really cool park there. They have a wild like building thing in the middle. It's like a big pencil or like UFO. It's like a big pencil with a UFO on top. It's kind of different. You've probably seen it on my story.
Yeah,
It's
I
kind of
remember.
different. I think it's like an
I think it's-
observatory. I think it's like an observatory.
Oh, okay. Now I got you.
Yeah.
Now that you're
To
saying,
people.
like,
You said what?
I said, you got so much footage, you can sell it.
That's the goal. If anybody wants my drone footage,
Yeah.
hit me up. Anyhow, so I like wrap up like my day in Germany, and I was trying to find some food, so I found a really nice seafood restaurant. I think it's called Rocca Riviera, and I head over there. I had rented a car in Germany. I rented like a Volkswagen Passat. No,
Passat is a different from a Jetta. It's a little bit. It's a couple inches bigger, not that much bigger. And a Passat is the inside throws me off. I like my Jettas. I like how the old school Jettas are, the new school, but they stopped continuing making.
She's a Volkswagen connoisseur.
Because my whole family's a Volkswagen family.
Hey, that's
we got Passats, we got T1s, Jettas, shit, Golf Next. No, but like I really like German cars. I'm not gonna lie, a lot. But I only had the Jetta for now, just because I don't need a luxury car right now. Mm-hmm. But how was the Passat? You can tell me.
The Passat, it was cool. It got the job done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool. Like, it's no M4.
Nah, you didn't like it.
It's no M4 Ferrari, but it's also like cool.
From point A from point B.
Cool, yeah, exactly. Like around Europe.
Wait. So what's the steering wheel on the other side?
No. Europe, they drive in Europe. The main European Union, they drive like on the same side.
The same side.
So I drive on the right. It's only England, Britain, where they drive on the left. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was cool. It was like driving out of Cali. Like, get there, get in the car.
I mean,
oh shit! Everything's on the same side. It was pretty nice. Like, it didn't take any time to get used to.
Used to it?
Yeah. Should. I was annoyed though. They gave me a wagon. I was like, I specifically asked for a sedan. Like, do I look like a mom, a soccer mom, like driving a wagon around? Like, come on.
I would have sat there and been like, I'm not leaving until you give me a better car.
Wait, didn't the dashboard say like 180 or something?
Yo, it's in kilometers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So kilometers
okay.
like half of a mile, almost like
We're
half 0.6.
United States is like the only, I guess not only country, but
We're one of the only countries
that uses, yeah, like everyone else is on the same type of
metrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, how does this?
But like even going to other countries, I'm like, huh?
Bro,
it was like 220, but that was like 130.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Okay, yeah. So
I hit 220 or something. I was like,
what in the
it's like,
world?
I'm doing something, and then I look it up later, and it was like 120. I was like,
You know what? One time I was in court, and this one girl, she like was driving in Canada, and I guess got pulled over. No. She brought a car from Canada over here, but she got a ticket for speeding. So she was trying to explain to the judge like the shit was in like kilometers. Yeah, she was like, so I can't. She was like, it was kind of confusing, but I mean,
that's
he let
not a
Shorty
good
go.
excuse.
Did he let me go? No.
No way.
If I'm a judge, I'm not fine with that. Okay.
But she was smart about it when she said it.
Until she actually said it.
Yeah. And then I thought about
Yo,
it.
she should have been like, I didn't realize that y'all drove in not kilometers. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. But if I was a judge, I would have been like, okay.
Okay, so I had some great food at this restaurant, and I'm talking to like one of the managers there about why I'm there, like why I'm in Europe, what are my plans, and I was telling her I was planning to go to Paris, and she shouted me out a couple cool spots to go in Paris, and then somehow we started talking about the south of France, and a bunch of things like signs and like just things in my mind just kept telling me like go to the south of France, like go, and I was like, it was a hell of a drive, and I had already planned to stay in Munich for like 3 days, so I was like, I had a hotel for like booked for like 3 days, and I was like, bro, like I really want to go to a beach, like I need a beach in my life. So I was talking to the manager, and she was like, yeah, go to, I think, Cannes, go to Marseille, like it's beautiful down there, you know, she'd been there. Everybody in Europe travels around Europe, apparently, like it's nothing, like they've been to a lot of the spots because it's not that far from them.
It's like far was south of France from where you were.
So it was about a 10-hour drive from there. I hit it. 10-hour drive, you know.
Hell no.
Crazy.
What?
Yeah, I was a little lit leaving dinner, and it just was in my mind, like,
I'm
yo,
gonna do
fuck
it.
it, let's go to the south of France. Like, let's make it happen. Like, I got time in my trip that I could just, go and not. I wasn't fucking with Germany that much. I was like, let me dip out of here. So I went back to my hotel. I think I got a couple hours of sleep, and then I left super early in the morning, like 5, 6 a.m. I just dipped out of the hotel.
You didn't leave right after dinner.
Nah.
Okay,
I had to get some
same.
sleep. Yeah, I left at like 6 a.m. and I drove through Austria, and I get to the border of Austria, and they're like, they ask for my passport. They see it's American, and they like take it. The officer like takes it in my office, and he's gone for like 5, 10 minutes. And I'm expecting them to stamp it or something, and he comes back. He's my passport. He's like, yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, cool. And I'll go through, and they didn't stamp it, and I had to look it up, and I had to look up why they didn't stamp my passport, because I'm like, I'm trying to get all these stamps as I go through all these countries. Like, what you mean? So basically, it's something called like the Schengen zone, which is a group of 26 European countries that they decided to abolish their borders, so to encourage like free travel through all of the countries, and you can just basically drive through all the countries without. I mean, you need a passport, but like you're not gonna get stamped, or there's no border checkpoints, stuff like that. It's actually really cool.
I mean, can I get like congrats you made it type of stamp
Yeah.
or something?
They
Like
don't care. Even like a lot of the countries, when I went through Austria to Switzerland, no checkpoint, no stop, nothing. And same with France. So you just go through and it's like, oh shit, I'm in France.
that's crazy.
It's pretty cool. So I drove straight through Austria. It was cool. I went to Switzerland. I stopped in Zurich for lunch. Yeah, so I stopped there for lunch, and honestly, the food wasn't that great. Like, it was cool. It wasn't all that. Yeah, so food was like a cool 4 or 5 out of 10. From that.
Damn.
But I didn't explore Zurich. I just stopped
Yeah.
one spot. I'd like to go back. Zurich is cool. It's very clean, very very clean. Like super clean. Like it's wild. Even the air felt
Clean.
yeah. So I did some drone flying around, got some drone footage in Zurich.
That's after you bought the second one.
No, we're not there yet. We might not even get there. Nah, yeah, that's a wild story. But I flew my drone, the drone number 1, in Zurich. Got some cool footage of the courtyard I was at. And there was a little lake across the ways, and the architecture is there. It was different. It seems older, but it still seems very new. It's not like DC. It's a cross between Germany and France. It's different. And then there was a cool opera house there. So it's cool. It's funny, in Europe they'll have statues everywhere. On the top of buildings, they have these magnificent statues. I'm like, how did that even get there? Yeah, exactly. It's it's so cultural. It's beautiful.
I'm gonna be up in one of the statues. And me.
Okay, so I'm in Zurich. I'm seeing hella nice cars, just the little spot I had stopped in the garage. Hella nice cars, new Bentleys, G-Wagons, Porsche GT3, all types of shit. I'm like, oh, y'all definitely helping somebody dodge their taxes and store money away, because that's what Switzerland's famous for. It's like a tax haven, or where rich people go to hide their money. Yeah, because Switzerland is Switzerland. They don't get involved in other countries' shit. They just handle their own shit. It's a cool country. So
I've heard that before,
That's
but didn't know it
interesting.
was a fact. That's why all the rich people go get Swiss bank accounts. and
yeah,
stuff.
because if the IRS is ask them about it, they're gonna be like, "What bank account?"
Let me just put this in my notes real quick.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Okay, so I dip out of Switzerland in the early afternoon, and I took this 7-hour. Actually, no, it was early. It was 11, I think, and I took this 7.5 hour drive to Marseille. and Marseille is in the south of France, so I had to pass through a lot of Switzerland and a lot of France to get down there. And France, the countryside of it is actually really beautiful. It's like Colorado, but
Is there a
different.
country like farmland?
It's like farmland, but there's also a lot of like just forests and like
No animals.
not that I've seen.
Yeah.
I didn't see many
What?
animals. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, like, you know how you might go to the country
Yeah.
and see some animals, maybe even a horse, no horses.
Nah, that was more in Germany. I've seen there's more like countryside, like what you're talking about in Germany, from what I have seen. Germany's actually beautiful. The countryside seems very clean too, like open air. Like
Yeah.
we need that out here. We need more trees and open air because we're not getting more. And like the more cities we build and the more carbon we're putting in the atmosphere, we just need something to offset that. But where was I? I was in France, countryside. It took me a break to get to Marseille. It's just like driving. And I got a rack of tickets. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah, they have these tickets on the roads, like on the highways. They have cameras,
Not
just
cameras.
like DC. You know?
But do they flash?
Yeah, they flash. That's how you know you got a ticket. Like it's like flash. Oh shit, it's gonna be expensive at some point in time. Matter of fact, I need to call Enterprise and be like, "Yo, did I get these tickets?" Cause I didn't know. Cause shit, or maybe they'll just charge me. But it was like I think I got at least four in like Switzerland and at least like 2 or 3 in France. I remember going into Marseille. It was like I see this sign. It's like "Welcome to Marseille," and then it was like snap flash. Fuck. They got my ass. So, but I was booking it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was booking it, and I think the speed limits are kind of lower out there. That's how they enforce it with the cameras. You know, I wasn't booking anything crazy, but I was moving that little Passat. Shit. Okay, so I get to Marseille, and I parked by this beach. I had looked up like one of the nicer beaches to go to right when I got there, and I parked at the beach, and I went out to go fly my drone, and I ended up meeting these like Belgian girls that were like leaving the beach, and we were talking, and they had just got there, and they were looking for cool stuff to do, like nightclubs and whatnot as well. So we like exchanged contact info, and we're gonna link up later. So I go do some flying by my drone, beach, and then I found a cool hotel to book in more of the city center of Marseille, because Marseille is like, it's on the coast, but a lot of stuff happens like a little up inland, like in the city center. Like there's the city center and the coast, and the coast is almost
How
like
far is that from each other?
like 15, 20 minutes. It's nothing crazy, but
Is it like a mountain?
No, it's not.
Like it goes down below and
kind
the
of,
stuff is
sort
kinda
of,
up?
yeah, basically, like all the city stuff is a little higher.
Higher, and then,
Yeah.
like,
when you come down, like the
that's
coast
weird.
is lower altitude. Coast.
Well, yeah.
So checked my hotel. I'm getting ready, and I was gonna get some food, but the Belgian girls are like, "Hey, we got food over here." So I was like, "All right, whatever." So I head over to them, and I get to their spot, and they had like an Airbnb or something, and it was like a Greek style house. It was like up a ton of stairs, and it was like an open house with a outside.
Like the whole thing is
Patio.
outside, basically.
Basically, like there was an inside, but like a lot of it was
Yeah.
outside, and it was like a big, almost like courtyard
Like
area.
open.
Yeah, for people to chill, eat, and it was cool. And I get there, and it's a group of 7 Belgian girls, and they're all there. They're all like students. They're visiting from Belgium, and it was dope. It was dope to get to know all of them. We had some dope conversations, and like we talked about like the differences in societies in like America, Belgium, and Europe in general, and like some of the big things they were talking about is like, right, they get free school, free healthcare, like free college,
I heard that.
which is that's a big deal. Like, we have free college in
Free
America,
college.
bro.
Yeah.
Yo, we would be in a different ass society.
I would actually care about school if it was free college and stuff like that.
Yo,
But
Yeah, no, everybody would be in college if that was the case.
no, for real.
yeah, because trying to work and pay for school and it literally
You
takes.
can't do that. It's really.
It's hard.
So in Belgium, they got free school and they got free healthcare, which I think makes a big difference in the society. Like, people care more about what they're gonna do for work. Like,
What their end goal is
It
going to be.
motivates you to
type-
chase your goal more if you're getting free college. That would. Everybody would be
I mean,
a doctor. Shit.
if everyone's
Not saying it like
if there's
that,
free
but
college
almost.
and everyone's going to college, to the people who don't, they're gonna look at them like, "What is he doing?" You know. So it makes everyone be on their P's and Q's a lot more better than, you know.
I feel that. A few of the girls were saying like they
Yes.
a few of the girls were saying they encourage like gap years so that people they encourage like a gap year after high school before you go into college,
Okay.
so that people can figure out more like what they want to do. Because I personally feel like it's a big ask to ask people straight out of high school, like, hey, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? Like,
It's hard,
you know what I'm
including at
saying?
that age.
Like,
But
how
what-
can you decide that at that age?
But what age do they finish high school? Because over here it's 18, and over there's, I mean, in Spanish countries it's usually 16 that they're done.
I graduated at like 16.
Maybe you're special. I graduated at 17.
I was
It was like
18.
I was like
17.
turning 18 at the end of the summer.
I think I just turned 17. And
Turned
graduated,
17.
yeah.
You must have been a baby in
You
your
skip
class.
a year.
No, I was definitely the youngest, but
You had a head start.
yeah, that's what it was. I definitely started school at 2.
You started school at 2.
4.
Yeah, no, at 2.
At
2?
2? How?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
The school I was going to, was a Christian school. They started at K2.
I was like
K2,
pre-K.
K3, K4, then first grade.
Man, it was walking your little ass to recess. Like,
The curriculum was good. I stayed for 15 years, so
Damn.
believe it or not, it was a Christian school. So it was.
I need to see some paperwork.
Firework party.
Listen, believe it or not, I promise you, it was definitely a Christian school.
That's dope. Maybe that's why you're so eloquent.
Maybe.
Makes sense.
I went to public school in Jersey. So,
Explains a lot.
well, listen. I still came out intelligent in my own ways.
You got it.
Alright.
All right. So where were we? I'm with all these Belgian girls, man. We had a dope night. I learned a lot about Belgium and their culture, and apparently Belgium's down bad right now. Like after Corona, like their main export's beer, so like a lot of their shit just like slowed down to a halt with Corona, and then.
Oh wait.
What are you gonna do?
Nah, never mind.
Oh, and
Great
then
part.
one interesting fact that I learned was the French actually stole French fries from Belgium. Apparently they're Belgian fries. In reality, like they first came from Belgium and then the French stole it. And then Americans stole them and we just dropped the French part, so we just got fries.
French fries.
Yeah. So I'm still in Marseille. I think I went back to my hotel, and the next morning I was trying to get some footage of the different beaches and like bodies of water. So I went off to this one beach that was like a beach of a restaurant. It was kind of weird.
Beach
like
restaurant.
Beach. It was so weird. Like
you can pull your boat up, or
no, it was like the
walk
beach was centered around a restaurant, or there was a restaurant on the beach. It was kind of like a cove, and then the restaurant was at the top of the cove. So people sat at the restaurant and they had like glass pane windows. You got a cool view of like the water, and outside there's like huge, I don't want to call it mountains. It was like mountains of rock, like on the other side. I think you've probably seen it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, but majority of like places out besides America, it's usually like rocks and then the beach. In a way.
It was like a real mountain though.
Like a whole ass mountain?
Yeah, like made out of rocks. Because it wasn't like made out of dirt and gravel for it, because it just seemed like rocks. It was crazy. So I find this spot and I pick it out like 4 or 5 different beaches I was trying to go to. And it's the morning, so I head over there, drive through the town. Marseille is different. It's different. There's hella moped and like bike riders. Bruh, Europe is different with all the... Nah, Germany didn't have that many. Like it was when I got to Marseille that I'm like, yo, where are all these bikers coming from? It's like everybody and their mama has a
one?
moped. Yeah,
I never want to get on one ever.
everybody moped. There's a lot of cars, but like there's hella mopeds. The mopeds might even outnumber the damn cars. So
probably because it's easier to maneuver around.
Yeah, and maybe park, and they're also a lot cheaper than a car. So yeah, and the weather's probably real nice out there.
To own a car over there is like a luxury thing? Or no?
Maybe like a mid-tier luxury thing. Like younger people may not see the reason to own a car until they're a little older, maybe until they have kids or something.
They can get anywhere.
Yeah. It's like the last time I hopped on a moped was in like Vieques in Puerto Rico, like 2016.
Last time I was
Go
on,
ahead.
my ex used to pick me up from my job in a moped when I was like 14, 15.
Yeah. You probably thought he was balling out too.
Deadass. And now every single time I think of a moped, I'm like, ew, because all you see was like the both of us just only going like 40 miles per hour. That shit is so ugly. And he was older than me, so it's so ugly.
But it'd be even uglier if you was older than him. That would have been wild.
Yeah.
You would have been driving back.
He had a car, I'm sure.
Hell no, he didn't get in a car until he was like 17, 18.
Oh, so he was... This is way back in the day, what you talking about.
I'm only 23.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Yeah, way back.
Prehistoric ages.
Before, yeah. You are right.
Before Katherine.
You damn right. Because of that moped shit.
What were you saying?
Question. So, out of your whole experience, your whole trip, right? I don't mean to stop the story. Wildest experience.
Wildest experience was definitely getting detained by the French army and the police for flying my drone in Paris.
Okay.
Yeah, that was probably the wildest experience.
You gonna get there.
We're gonna get there.
Let's go back. Yeah.
So back to Marseille, I'm going to this beach hotel thing, or beach restaurant thingy. I get over there to where it leads me to, and it's like parking, but the parking is blocked off. So I actually asked these like people who were also, they were like pulling up behind me, and I was like, hey, like, what's up with this? Like, 'cause I can't understand what the sign says. And there's a guy sitting there, and they helped me figure out that it's the parking for the restaurant, and it's reservation only for the restaurant. So I call real quick, make a reservation at the restaurant. They tell the guy to let me in, so I park my car there on the edge of a cliff, real safe parking, like back up to a cliff, like treacherous ass water, all that. Like I was a little nervous, like no, really nothing.
It's a movie.
I was nervous, like yo, Earth shifts, I'm not getting my deposit back on this card. So I walk around, or I start walking to the restaurant, and it's kind of a far walk, like just till you start getting to the restaurant, and I like get to this cove, and it's like a real chill cove. There's people actually swimming in the water. It's really beautiful. Like the water is almost crystal clear, like blue, like that shade of blue. Wow. And so I actually stop, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to find my drone real quick. So I set up the drone, take off, get some dope footage, and like all these people are just staring at me like I never seen a black dude just start flying his drone or something. Like, yeah, it's like fuck. So I finish up with that, bring the drone back, continue my walk. It's like a long walk. Like continue the walk towards the restaurant. I get to the top of the hill, and it's like at the bottom there's just like waves crashing against the rocks. Like we're at like almost like the top of a cliff, and there's just waves everywhere. It looks so dope. So I take some videos there, and then I continue my walk to this restaurant. It's wild. It's just like endless walking, and then it's like stairs through like I don't want to say a crevice, but it's like you're walking on a mountain, and then they put some stairs in like the middle of it, and then
like a pathway.
Yeah, basically a pathway.
Almost like Alice in the Wonderland type thing.
Yes. So I finally get to the other side, and it's like I can see the restaurant, and I'm like, all right, bet. So I go down, get to the restaurant, and like walk in. They were expecting me, of course, and I chill out there, get some food. The food was pretty good. It was a little different than I was expecting the seafood to taste. It was just very fresh. Was a feel. Wasn't even Eddie V's, but I'll give it to them. Like the food, it was pretty good, but it was like too fresh. Like they just caught it, like type shit. And I was like,
it still tastes the ocean.
Yeah, basically.
Do you like Google like what you're about to order before, like to see the pictures? Like, I mean.
Nah. I'll usually ask like the staff, to get an accurate description of it, or if it's in a different language, then it might be.
If you were to ask me, it would be something completely different than what you actually tasted. Just because I suck at giving explanations.
Okay, so I had some really great food, and then I think I was between dishes. Like I ordered my appetizer, and I'm waiting for my entree, which is like swordfish. And I was like, I'm gonna take this opportunity. I step out and started flying my drone like right by the restaurant. Like there was a little like sitting area almost like carved out in stone, like where you could go over. I think people tan there or something. So I go over there, take the drone off, and I could feel it. Like I could feel everybody at the restaurant just staring at me like outside, like doing this, because it has like glass pane windows, and everybody's always watching outside. So but sometimes when you got to do something, you got to just like block everybody else out and just do it, no matter how weird it looks or how strange you might seem. Like, so I fly my drone, and then I think it started dying, and I'm bringing it back, and like right when I'm bringing it back, the manager of the restaurant's like, I could hear him yelling. He's like, "Sir, your food is ready. Like, do you want this food?" I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. So I land the drone, pack it up, step back inside, finish my food up. Great restaurant. And then I step back out. Like I step back to my car, go through this crazy path again. It probably took me like 15 minutes of walking to get from my car to the restaurant. Like it was a walk, yeah. So get back there. I think I head back to my hotel. I head back to my hotel, and I'm talking to the Belgian girls. I'm talking to the Belgian girls. Damn, it's like that. I'm talking to the Belgian girls, and I'm like, where y'all at? And they were actually in the city center, right outside my hotel. It was mad wild. Like, I got back to my hotel, and they're like, yeah, we're right here.
About these Belgian girls, but
okay.
Go ahead, keep going.
Okay, so I link up with them over there, and I give like half of them a ride back to their house because it's 7 girls. So
Is there Uber up there?
there is, yeah,
Lyft?
yeah. There's Uber and Lyft, but they were feeling free, and they were just like walking everywhere and taking like scooters, bikes, whatever. So like 3 of them like hop on a scooter, and I get my car and I take the rest of them back to the house. We go back there, and what happened? We go back there, we're chilling, and I actually wanted to take them out to eat. So I was like, look, I'm gonna take y'all out for dinner. And they start getting ready, and I was like, while y'all get ready, I'm gonna go back to the beach and get some more footage of this beach, because it's a really dope beach. Like, I get some more footage down there, and I actually found my way down to the beach, because like, the first day I was there, it's almost like a hidden entrance to the beach, like it's hidden away, so like, it's like hidden stairs. So I found my way there.
From the hotel?
No, from like just where you're walking on the beach, like because the beach is on a lower level than the road. Like the road's right here, and the beach is down here.
How far is the hotel from the beach?
Mine was like 15 minutes.
Oh,
And you
it's not
walked?
No, they were staying. We go to their house, and their house is like 5 minutes from the
Okay.
hotel or from the beach.
From the beach.
Yeah, so like I just walked down the street to the beach. And flew my drone again, got some awesome footage. Marseille is so beautiful. Like, I had even stopped on the way to that restaurant. I had stopped somewhere and gotten some other footage of like a beach. Like, Marseille is hard to describe, but it's just, it's so hard to describe because when you think of Cali and you think of Miami beaches, you think of like luscious palm trees, like white sand, all that sort of thing. But in Marseille, it's like it's not tropical.
It's more earthy type of.
Yeah, it's like a earthy, like rocky, like it feels like almost like a different planet or something, because it's dope, but it's just beautiful, and it's a different vibe. Like, I've never really experienced something quite like that, to be honest.
Is the sand more? Is there actual sand or is it rocks?
It's a lot of rocks. But when you get to the actual beaches,
Then it
there'll
gets
be
to
sand.
sand.
Yeah, but it's a lot of rocks everywhere.
And are the rocks like light or dark?
Like,
Light.
yeah, like almost a lot of white rocks.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so everything just looks like that when you get to the beach. Okay, so where was I? We decided to go out to eat, and we went down to this, it's like an Italian type restaurant, like right around the corner from where they were staying. We all walked down there, and the waiter speaks like not a lick of English. So he speaks French, and the girls all the girls speak like 5 languages. They speak like English, Dutch, German, French, maybe Italian. Like, they all are super multilingual, so it's like they're translating for me and for each other, like, with this waiter. And we managed to have a dope meal. There was some different ass food. I think we had some fried anchovies. The freaky as hell. Fried anchovies. What else? They had some fries made out of chickpeas.
Huh?
Yeah, right? Chickpeas into
fries?
into fries. Yeah, for like French fries, Belgian fries, or whatever.
Or Belgian fries.
Yeah.
Made out of chickpeas.
Fries, they were amazing.
They were good.
They were amazing. Yeah, and we had some wine and rosé that was fire, and long story short, the white wine was better. It was a big debate we had going on. So I think we ate, and then they wanted to go out like clubbing. So we found like some spots, or like they knew a spot to go to, because we had never made it out clubbing the night before. Like, we were all just really lit, after dinner and just like called it a night. So we decided to go out clubbing, and we make it back to their spot. They get ready, and then we took like 2 Ubers. We had to take 2 Ubers because there wasn't enough space in one Uber for everybody to fit. So like 3 of the girls go ahead in one Uber, and like me and 3 of the girls go in the next Uber, and then by the time we get to the club we're supposed to be at, the first group of girls had already left because girls.
The club sucked.
It either sucked or like they weren't trying to go in at first, and they were like, "Let's go check out like another one." So they had stepped to go check out another one. So I'm just chilling with my girls in this courtyard, and we're just like waiting to figure out exactly what we're gonna do. And like these guys just like keep coming up to our group and like trying to holler at the girls, and I had to like shoot all these guys away. Like I'm talking about like multiple guys, like at least like 3 or 4 guys just come up and they're like talking in French and like being extra, and the girls like obviously don't want to talk to these guys, and like the guys don't get the hint, and I have to tell the guys like, yo, like we're good, like shoot. And the girls are like, yo, like if you weren't here, those guys wouldn't have left. Like they would have.
That is true.
It would have stayed. It would have been like really hard to get them to leave.
They would have stayed right there for sure.
So yeah, y'all got it bad.
Yeah, because regardless if we tell them no, like move, like leave, they're still gonna 1 be in our face, or 2 stay in our face but talk shit. So it's like as a female, it's like you can't.
Yeah, they were still talking shit when they were leaving. They were yelling profanities and shit like after they left.
Yeah,
I'm like,
getting their
yo,
fucking
like,
feelings hurt. Like, sorry, you're ugly. Bye.
Okay, so we end up actually at a pretty cool club. We stay there for a while, get a little lit. I'm out there drinking like vodka and shit.
They like to drink vodka, right? Yeah, because when I went to Montreal, I noticed that they didn't have tequila. It was mainly like Sky vodka, and I'm like
1942, like, not even the regular kind. I was a little sick, but you just go with the vibes, take a little shot,
suck it up.
Here and there, yeah. Like, at least it wasn't Hennessy.
Anyway.
Okay, so we're just chilling at this like club, bar, disco thing, like chilling. I meet some different people. I met some people from Ireland. Actually, mad chill. They invited me out to Ireland. Telling them a little bit about my life. Apparently my life's kind of lit.
I think your life is very lit.
Who knew? You know what I'm saying?
I tell him this all the time. Like, your life is so lit. And he's like, oh, yeah.
Hey, it's lit. Sometimes it doesn't feel quite as lit when you're living it, but like looking back on shit, it's
you're like, damn.
Yo, I really did that. Like, wow. But
I just drove
from Germany to south of France.
Deadass, like.
Exactly.
How many people can do, like, around this area really do that, like, just off of...
Wait, before that, he drove...
He drove!
I don't know if...
He's talking about, like, the LA to...
Yeah, I don't know if you wanted to talk about that one.
I mean, yeah, we already talked about it. When I drove from LA
back to... Yeah. As soon as he told me that shit, I was like, wow.
He stopped everywhere he wanted to, basically. And
I tried
got a hotel.
And that's how I'm like, one day I'm about to be like you. Exactly like you, traveling like you. It's dope as shit. Like, it's nice.
Hey,
like,
when you're young, you gotta travel before you
exactly.
have a lot of kids
You
and stuff, build these memories, see the world.
Fuck them kids, save them till later.
Yo. You're coming in at some point when I'm done with all this traveling.
Some point, but now you gotta make these moves. I see this shit through you.
That's what I like. I want to be able to document for people, like to encourage people to go and see the world for themselves, because if you get a taste of what it looks like and what it might feel like, then that's gonna make
because the fact that you're saying that you even met these like Belgian girls and were able to take them to dinner and have fun and shit like that. Like, I've always felt super shy to go to another country, like my own country, and like go out and like feel somewhat type of comfortable. So like now next time I go there, like I'm gonna feel like, okay, like, you know what, maybe I should step out of my comfort zone and actually really try. Like,
we're there.
No, if you go to
like, what's your nationality?
I'm Peruvian, Costa Rican.
Okay.
So it's a mix of two. But whenever I go to like Peru, like I never ever step out because I don't go. I mean, I do have friends over there, but I'm too shy. Like I'm a female, you know.
I feel it.
But
You
not
gotta
like,
stick with your friends. Stick with your friends and like go out with them and like go out in big groups and like I think it'll be nice.
Yeah, I gotta meet 8 Peruvian guys then, because you met what 8 Belgium girls.
Hey, it'd probably be easier to meet the guys.
Oh my god, that's probably.
You don't usually just ran
Definitely.
into 7 girls.
But that's cool as a guy, like you can do that. Like if I was a guy, I feel like that shit is just dope. Like just to
honestly,
enjoy
as
your
a
time.
girl,
Like
it's easier. I feel like to make friends and meet other girls and stuff like that.
I don't know. I'm watching Taken too much.
Taken too much.
Where was it? Was that in France? I feel like
that was. I think
The first one might have been
no, the
Paris.
second one.
There's 3.
I feel like they kept going.
Oh, they actually put them like
Endless
almost
Taken.
4.
I think they made it into like a
something
TV
that.
show, all types of shit. So, what happened? We went out, got lit, met all these people, met the people from Ireland. They're lit. You gotta go to Ireland. I think called it a night at some point. Made sure everybody got home safe. The next day, I had a flight to up to Paris.
Missed it.
I caught that one. No, I caught that one.
Okay.
That flight I caught, we hadn't started. Yeah, you know, I missed my flight to Paris from Germany because I had already booked a flight from Germany. Man, dog.
I'm like,
Do they get what happens?
I'm like, he just over there trying shit at this point.
He acting like this is America.
Yeah,
like he's just
acting like
going
you're
from
at
here
home.
to Cali back and shit.
Like you could miss a flight in Cali. You're missing a flight across the world at this point.
That's what I'm saying. Like he has balls, but I'm gonna have those balls one day. Like sooner.
Like
Nah, so listen, I have booked my car in Germany. I have rented a car from Enterprise in Munich, and I drove it all through
10 hours.
Europe, like through like 3 countries, through Austria, through Germany, then through Austria, then through Switzerland, and then through France. And I hadn't really. I was planning to go back to Germany. I was gonna drive back and like fly out of Germany, catch my original flight. But like after the second night in Marseille, I was like, bro. After the first night in Marseille, I was like, bro, I'm not driving back to Germany. Like,
Fuck that
I'm
shit.
lit like down here. So I actually had to go and figure out if I could drop this car off in Marseille because I remember I'm like 4 countries away. Like I went
Just 4.
to one. I went to an Enterprise location in like downtown Marseille and asked them like, "Hey, can I like drop my car with y'all?" And I think they tried to call my Enterprise, and the main reason I was worried about it was because every time I called the Enterprise location in Munich at the airport, like the phone didn't go through. So I'm like, the hell? Yeah, horrible customer service, bro. Like 0 out of 10. Can't even get them on the phone. Imagine I had a problem with my car. Like, so she talks to some people in French, and she comes back to me like, yeah, my boss said it's okay, but like, you sure you don't want to drop it at the airport? Because wouldn't that make more sense? And I was like, you know what, that would make a lot more sense. If I could drop it at the airport, that'd be like
where?
Out of the Marseille airport that I'm flying out of.
but it was Enterprise.
Yeah, there's Enterprise at like every airport. Bro.
Oh,
Like,
that's
they go
cool.
crazy with
Yeah.
shit.
I didn't know that.
Enterprise is like everywhere. You can pull up in Slovakia. We had Enterprise out there.
Slovakia.
Yeah,
Surprised you knew what that-
that's a whole other story. All right, so
Interesting. I only know one person from over there.
how you know somebody from
This
Slovakia?
is back from Jersey. And it's
Okay,
long story.
okay. All right, so I figured I could drive my car there. I'm like, bet, and then like I'm leaving out of the Enterprise, and I actually seen a BMW dealership out there. So I pulled up at the BMW dealership, and I can, BMW. I had to check it out.
Gotta buy one.
Shit, I might need a BMW out in France or in Germany in general, like just to have a car out there every time I pull up, because it's just so smooth to be able to drive.
Were the prices different out there?
Yeah.
It's in euros, so yeah,
So way.
it is, but it might be cheaper I didn't look too deep into the prices, but it might be cheaper because there's less export and import fees.
Yeah.
So I went to the BMW dealer. They had some nice classics there too. They had some nice classic like 3 Series, 5 Series, and some new jumps. They had almost everything you would see in America too. So I didn't see a lot of M's. But I'm chilling out there. I went to their little like merch department, and they had some model cars. And I seen a model M6 GTS, and I was like, I have to get this because my first M car was an M6, so it has like a special place in my like. Before I started on the M4, like I had an M6 Grand Coupe. That was my first one, and that's another story in itself. That's the whole story.
What happened to the M6?
What happened to the M6?
Yeah.
So I was shipping it to California to drive like for a little bit, for a couple months, whatever. Shipped it out there, I had just bought it. I had just gotten it registered, just gotten like a plate and tags for my plate, and I put it on the truck to ship to Cali. Bro, I think like 2 days into the shipment, I get like a call from the shipping people, and they're like, "Sir, like we regret to inform you, like your M6 has been in an accident and it's been damaged." And I was like, "What do you mean? Like it's been in an accident? Like it was on a truck? Like what do you mean, bro?" I went off on them on the phone. But long story short, it was in Alabama. In Alabama, at a truck stop, my truck driver was parked, and another truck driver like backed into his truck and damaged my car and
everybody else was basically
not everybody else is only the top. My car was on top, and the other car was on the bottom. So it like backed the way it backed into it. It damaged both of them.
Hell, I would have sued all their asses. Like what?
No, he got paid. I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. Oh my god.
Nah, but I would have made it like a lot more bigger deal.
God damn.
What?
It was a
like out of everything that could happen, like you think your car's just going over there smoothly and damn.
like 30-40 grand damage
Total.
to the quarter
It's total,
panel.
basically.
They weren't trying to total it. It
They
was
weren't?
an insurance nightmare, bro.
They paid you though.
They paid out, but they wasn't trying to total it, so it was just a nightmare. So that's what happened to M6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I wasn't really meant to
I wonder to
own
yourself
that
for you.
car.
Damn. It's an M4 boy right here.
Yeah, M6 is like a cool dad car. I'm not a dad yet, so I'm more in like the cool rock star car mode.
Nah, I feel like even if you're weird dad, like you would still be.
I'd
you're
throw my
a
kids
rock
in the
star,
back
like,
of the M4. They would love that shit. I have. Not my kids, but I have. But okay, so
Okay.
So what happened? I grabbed the M6 GTS model. It's like a scale model. It's like really dope. So I had one souvenir from Europe that I'm like just carrying around in my luggage. Cause that M6 has seen more countries, the model, than some people.
Where'd you get the other car from?
The Pagani model car I had got in Italy when I went to the Pagani museum. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I caught my flight out of Marseille. I dropped the car off. When I got to that Enterprise at the airport, they was actually mad confused. They were like, "Why do you have a car from Germany? Like, you're trying to drop it off here?" Yeah.
American first.
Well, no, they see Americans, but they was just
American.
They had just
American who's driving just 3 countries out, like
they had just opened up Europe for Americans again, like that. So I'm sure it wasn't too crazy, but they give me okay. They take the keys and they give me some paperwork saying that they took the keys, which is what I needed. You know what I'm saying? So, and oh my god, they're just like, yeah, it'll be a little fee to drop it off here. Like, And I'm expecting it, like a drop fee, drop in another country, like
500.
800.
800?
Hit me for 800. I think it was
Get
more
the
than
fuck
the
out.
actual
Seriously?
rental was.
What?
I think the rental was like $500 or $600.
Nah, they taxed the fuck. Cause I used to work for Enterprise, so I know they taxed the fuck out of you for that.
I mean, it was 4 countries away. Like, I feel them. Like, somebody gotta drive that shit back or put it on a transport back to get to the original place. Because it's a German car. Like, we're not gonna be trying to rent a German car.
But the thing,
in France, I feel like it'd be a little strange.
I don't know, cause over here we get cars from like even Canada, but we don't charge people for that. We just give it. That's
Spanked me. But okay, so
Yeah. Money.
caught this flight from Marseille up to Paris, and I get to Paris. Oh my god!
How long was your flight?
You said how long was the
How long
flight?
was the flight?
All the flights from Europe are like an hour
An hour or
and
two?
a half. Yeah, like between an hour to 2 hours. They're not
that long.
Everything's
Yeah.
close as hell. It's like
Like flying.
you flight from here to North Carolina, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
alright.
nothing.
and the airplanes are pretty small too. They're not like big ones.
No,
right?
it's pretty regular size. Sure.
Regular size.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I get up to Paris and check in my hotel, vibes. And
Niggas in Paris.
niggas in Paris.
Niggas in Paris.
Alright, well, we're going to wrap up this part of the Europe trip right here. We'll save the rest for later. I'm going to tell y'all the story for Paris because that was crazy.
I need the videos.
Yeah. The videos was crazy. They made me delete some of them.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously?
The
Nah, that
army
shit
was
was
not
crazy.
playing. Like, yeah.
Hell no! I would have had a whole. Hell no!
Yo, Paris is
They
not
really made
playing.
you delete some of your shit.
Yeah.
Well, like, y'all can kiss his ass first, and then maybe I consider about it. But what?
No funny shit. I know he didn't say that. If you would have said that, they would have held you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I would have been like, I'm too pretty to
from
be
what
in
he
this
was
shit.
going through off of just flying.
Yeah.
Yo.
You get what I'm saying?
They say that French people are assholes, and I truly
My mom said they're assholes.
For the
So
army,
she
we
went over there.
understand.
She was
For
like,
the
they're
army to
low key
come out.
assholes, but she was like, I still liked it.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, before we wrap up, I got a question for both y'all. It's going back to DC. Okay, we're back in DC. Or wherever you guys grew up. It could be Jersey too. I want to know, what's the craziest thing that your ex did while you were together? And who wants to go?
I mean, I'm a female, so what I did to him.
Okay, you can give us what you did to him and what they did to you. It doesn't have to be the same person.
Listen. The thing about me, like, I will get on your ass, but they know how much I would get on their ass that they know not to do certain stuff. Cause when I have a guy, I got him like by the neck, by like right here in the balls and everything. So they know how to behave themselves to a certain extent. But I mean, the like craziest shit I ever did to my ex was probably like chase him while he was in a car with all his friends trying to get away from me. But you know, skirt. I'd be right up on his fucking ass about that shit.
Yo, talk about road rage.
And now he was trying to get away from me, and I'm like, what the fuck you scared at?
Yeah,
Like, I'm
that's
only like a
road
high
rage.
B type of girl. No,
You follow someone that's
no.
road rage.
Road rage was when I almost got into a whole fight with this girl who works for the FBI. I threw a whole water bottle in her car and shit. All because the girl.
I forgot about this.
No, because the girl, we were at a red light, right? And it turned green, and she was sitting there for a while. So, you know, I just honked so she couldn't move. Why she put her brakes, she turned her car off, and she sat there for a good minute. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is this extra shit? So I pulled up next to her. I'm like, what's up? I was like, is there an issue with something? And so she's over there talking her shit, and then I went ahead, started talking my shit, opened up my water bottle, threw that shit out her fucking car. I get mad. Listen, this is why I don't have a gun, because I would pull that shit up and I've been like, what's up, shorty? Like, tell me what's up. We can pull it right here. But we ended up did pull pulling over. So once we pulled over, she was like, oh, like, you know, I work for the FBI. And I started laughing. I was like, okay, like, you really work for the FBI? I was like, why the fuck did you take so long? And she's like, there was a bug in my car. And I'm like, okay, but you didn't have to flick me off while we're sitting at the light doing all that extra shit. Bitch, you could have kept it moving, been like, I'm sorry. Like, you know, just... Anyways, but yeah. The only craziest shit that I ever done was... Well, actually...
Yo, you just gave us 2 things, yo!
Well, actually, my ex, he got locked up for a day, right? And he was like, yo, the next day, I'm gonna get out and we're gonna go out. And I'm like, bet. And I used to never go through his phone because, you know, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, like, I'm gonna trust them. I don't go through phones type of shit, like, nah. But God was talking to me that night.
Yo.
God was talking to me that night and he was like, just look at that phone one time. Bam! Found a whole bunch of shit. And as soon as the next day he got out of jail, I tried to keep my composure. Picked him up. Tried to, like, you know, he was like all happy and shit to be out. I couldn't. We got into a whole argument. And then on top of that, we're arguing on the way dropping him off home. And he tried to break up with me because I went through his phone and found some shit. That shit was funny. But we're best friends to this day. I'm cool with all my exes. They're friends. Cause you know, like, why would I hate on mans? Like, at one point I needed you in my life. Like, you know, you needed me, but I wish you nothing but the best. I'm glad everything that I taught you to be like a better man, you can take it for another woman. Because there's a man out there who is gonna do the same thing with me. Yeah. So I'm not like a bitter ass type of girl. But yeah, that's the only type of crazy stuff I've ever done.
Did that include?
He was asking what your ex did to you.
Yeah.
But my exes don't do shit to me, cause
they never.
They know better.
You ain't never had not even ex say dude you was talking to.
All right, a dude I was talking to happened like recently. He left me stranded out here in DC. Wow. He told I was lit as shit, but the night before that, right, I picked him up through like him running away from the cops, him like he didn't have a car, like I did like all this shit, like broke ass, black ass type of shit. So like he was like, yo, I'm gonna be down the street, so anything that you need, let me know. And I was at Rose Bar, I got fucked up, and so like I call him up and I'm like, yo, can you pick me up? He made this huge scene saying that he doesn't have his car, can't pick me up and blah blah, but he ended up picking up and I told him, you know what, fuck it, I'll just walk to my car. So he left me stranded there at like 3-4 in the morning until like it took me like 6 in the morning to finally get my ass back. I live in Ashburn. I live in Loudoun County.
Story. I got it right there.
I live almost like 40 to an hour minutes away. So as soon as like 6 in the morning hit, and you know what? I was like, fuck this shit. I Ubered my ass back home and I had a gut feeling. I was like, take my mom's fucking car keys and like go over to his house because he lived down the street from me. Went over to his house. I pushed that fucking door open and there I see his ex-girlfriend in his fucking bed. When he got mad at me that he started telling her, come and fight me. So Shorty and I went at it. And I asked her for a second round. We went on the second round too. But I just went there and I looked at her and I was like, I don't give a fuck, y'all are fucking or whatever.
Y'all fighting in his mom's house?
No, at
his house?
Yeah. Well, not technically his, but yeah. But yeah, so I pulled up and so I was like, I looked at her and I was like, honestly, I don't give a fuck that you're both are fucking or so entertaining each other because like she did some wild shit to him like back in the day too. I was like, I'm just here for my money and for my passport. That's it. Because that was the shit that he was holding like from me. And I was like, I just want that shit and I'll leave. I don't give a fuck. He wasn't trying to get that shit, so he made her fight me. We fought. And it wasn't until like my best friend actually arrived at the scene and she was like, just give her back her shit. And so he finally did, but yeah, that was probably the only wildest shit a guy has done to me. Besides, I was talking to this one guy and
Yo.
So
okay.
He gave birth, or not he gave birth, but his baby mama gave birth to his child on the day of my birthday, and that's when I found out he got a girl pregnant. That was probably the most wild shit.
You and that kid share the same birthday.
Yeah, we do, and I think the kid's so beautiful and so cute. And now he comes up to DC. He lives in New York, but he comes to DC and he tries to like get us to like link and shit. But he's always with her. He's like, yeah, I mean, she's cool with meeting you. And I'm like, fuck no, what the fuck?
The
Like,
baby or the baby mom?
the baby mama.
Oh, okay.
It's weird. I'm like, nah, like, y'all
Nah,
can
that
keep,
is weird.
you know, doing y'all, but yeah.
How would you feel if your baby mama was cool with you linking another girl with her?
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
He
Sound
was
like a
like-
setup.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
He's like, I don't know what's the problem. Like, I don't know what's the issue.
I know what the
like,
problem
we're not together. And I'm like, you had the whole child with Shorty.
No way.
I'm like,
Guys are always trying to say I'm not
No
together
way.
with my BM. Like,
all the time. But you know what I hit them with?
they
I'm
just
like,
live together.
I'm like, out of respect towards your child, let the child at least grow a little bit older. I always tell them that shit, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna wait until a couple more years and months. And I'm like, okay, you're not getting anywhere, but okay.
Okay, before you think of another story, let's hear your story.
I want to hear your story.
How about this story? I had a friend, right, that was doing hotels for me. So I had this friend of mine. I wouldn't say my ex. We was close, a good female friend.
Okay.
I told her I had a hotel.
Sneaky link.
Yeah, basically. I told her I had a hotel for 7 days, right? I really didn't. She was there for probably 2 days. So I'm like, yeah, it's time to check out. She expects to stay for 7 days.
Okay.
I don't know why. She stabbed her tires.
She popped her
She-
own
what?
tires?
Yes.
What?
Yes. 2 tires. And made it seem like somebody else did it. So
I don't
she
know what
could
that got to
stay-
do with
Look.
staying at this hotel.
Look,
Like, we gonna
so
tow
she
your
could
car.
stay to see if I checked out already. Crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
Me being me. I never told this story. Swear, I never told this story. Swear. Yes.
No, yeah, keep going. I want to hear this shit complete.
What happens next?
Look,
Oh my
fake
god.
was a tow truck. Tow truck never comes. We out there for an hour, 2 hours. I'm like, damn. But that's normal though. Tow trucks take that long.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm not thinking nothing suspicious of it. We're not going back upstairs. I checked out an hour ago. For that.
Okay.
I already checked out. Man, fuck. What do I do? Like, alright, tow truck never comes.
The darn tow trucks.
I'm like, let me go back upstairs. Well, let me go back inside and try to sneak back upstairs. Swag, never mind. Long story short, a friend of mine is supposed to have a room also.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on my friend. Boom, boom, boom. Going to his room. His room's supposedly next door to mine.
It's the same room.
No. Literally.
Okay,
I
okay.
said it a few times.
Okay.
She's knocking on the next door room. We're not in there. She's not. He's not in there. So she's banging on some random people's door. Where's Justo at? Where's so and so at? This ain't the room though. People open the doors. Not us.
Okay.
By this time, security's coming upstairs to throw her out.
Curry.
Mind you, I'm downstairs trying to get in my car. Cutting the car on. By this time, she's getting put out. Valet is just pulling my car to the front. Worst experience ever.
Oh my god.
Valet is just pulling my car to the front. So I try to hurry up and sneak in the car. She's, hey. Bus is, I wouldn't say bus, but throws a rock at my car and cracks the window.
She busted the window.
That's probably one of my craziest stories.
Yo.
So,
She got any friends?
She got any friends? What?
That's probably one of my craziest stories. I ain't never tell that.
If she ain't crazy, I don't want her. Oh my
That's
god.
psycho. That's not crazy.
crazy.
What?
Nah, there's levels of psycho.
So what's the second?
Hell no. I mean,
Nah, there is actually nothing about it. Yeah.
you know exactly what this is.
There's chase your car with a water bottle and throw it at you.
Listen.
Nah.
Listen. There's nothing else in my car, so what else am I gonna throw?
Chase a car with a water bottle, but find a rock real quick. Them two different type of crazies.
Yeah, she had to find a rock. Like,
Yes.
yo,
You
she
getting
was
put
going
out,
for
and the
maximum
bitch put out. Let me
damage.
find a rock. Quick. Find a rock really
But
quick.
that had to go based off of experience, cause she can't do that shit real quick. Or you think so?
Probably so. Probably been through
Caused
it
the
before.
maximum amount of damage in the least amount of
Yeah.
time. Rock.
You know
I
what?
see it.
Thanks for the advice. I'm gonna start. getting
Yo,
rocks.
she said I'm gonna keep a rock in my car. Oh my god.
I mean, if someone pisses me off, you know.
Okay, for legal reasons, we're gonna cut this one short. Okay, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight for the second episode. Let's cheers to this last one. Oh, we
With
need
his fatty
a-
shots.
you need another
My
shot?
shot.
Now you know.
I poured. You poured. You got
How about you pour this one?
I-
Because you're less heavy-handed.
Les!
I'm the one that poured that one.
He's the one who poured
yeah.
this.
Y'all-
That's what I'm saying. Grab it from the bottom because you kind of more control.
Sorry guys, we got the big 42 bottles a day. Having a little technical difficulties.
Go
All
big.
right. Cheers, guys, to the
Episode
Destro
2,
Show.
Destro Show.
Woo. Woo. And cut.